Playground. Today I am joined by legendary signature hunter and enthusiast Jumpman. Jumpman, how you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
We have our manager for the entire content creation team of The Void, Plugged. Plugged, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Muffin.
Good. And we are joined as well by a very awesome guy. Super happy to have you on the podcast. We are joined by Spark for Life. Spark, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No worries. So today, look, guys, this is a podcast that I've just been excited for weeks. That is the My Hero Academia podcast. Now, look, guys, it's no secret that this show and this manga is extremely popular. And, you know, for me, there's a huge, massive media franchise. I have yet to get into it. And so hopefully on this podcast, I can be maybe a little bit educated about My Hero Academia, specifically the anime adaptation. So, okay. Jumpman, let's go ahead and get started. Why should I watch this franchise, Jumpman?
If you should watch it because superheroes, kid superheroes fighting bad guys. It's Harry Potter meets superhero genre anime. Like,
oh, interesting.
If you ever saw the movie like Sky High that came out in the 2000s, that live action movie that is
I did see that one. Yeah,
if it's like that but much better.
Oh, okay, wow. So Mr. Spark, what season are you? I know you and Jumpman mentioned you guys were binge watching it. What season are you guys on, Spark?
We just got halfway through season 6, actually.
And oh wow! So you guys are really binge watching it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is fire, bro. It is fire. I gotta tell you, there's so many things. I was like, I'll watch it, sure, but then all of a sudden, I'm like, dude, this show's got it, man. Whatever it is, it's got it.
So I'll ask you this, Spark. What are some of your favorite elements of the show? Is it the characters? Is it the writing, the plot line? Is it the animation? What do you really like about this show?
Oh man, I love the worldview. I love the character development for each character. Some minor characters get a little bit of touch, a little bit of screen time, but for the most part, you get a lot of really good connections between even some anti-heroes and the hero, the protagonist. And it's just like, man, so much love for those guys. What I love the most about it is like the attention to detail to villains. They actually make the villains, you hate them, but you kind of understand where they're coming from.
You got to have a sympathetic villain. So, Plugged, real quick. Plugged, look, I haven't really watched My Hero Academia. I don't really know much about it. Do you have any experience with this, Plugged? Or are you kind of coming in like me, where it's like, I don't really? Where do you stand on all this, Plugged?
I have actually watched all the current seasons of the entire show, so I do know the show.
Plot twist.
Quite a bit. Yeah, I do. I'm not walking into this without knowledge.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. So look, guys, we got to talk about Star Wars because season 7 debuts on May the 4th.
Are you serious?
Yes,
what?
I'm dead serious.
Season 7 of what?
My Hero Academia.
Oh, you said Star Wars.
No, but it's on Star Wars Day, May the 4th.
Okay, well, you said a new season of Star Wars comes out.
Oh yeah. I feel you, man. That was awesome. I like that.
You got you in the first half, not gonna lie.
I'm trying to weave it in. I'm trying to make it all work. Okay, so look, real quick. So for those of us who look, this series came out in 2016. People, obviously, weren't able to binge watch that, and what's interesting is, they've released a new season every year except for 2023, right?
Oh, that's true.
And so season 7, there's got to be something really, really great and that's special here. So I guess my question to you guys is this. So all three of you, we'll start with Jumpman. What are you looking forward to? Is there a certain story arc or is there a plot thread? What are you looking forward to in season 7, Jumpman?
I'm okay. Try not to spoil too much.
Don't spoil too much.
Yeah.
Spoiler
But I
alert.
mean, it definitely sounds like, based on the end of season 6, it sounds like we are getting something a bit more on the American side of the world.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. There's a character that we see at the end that hints that we're getting to see a little bit of the American side. So I'm interested to know more about this character.
Okay, so Spark, what about you, man? What are you looking forward to in season 7? No spoilers, of course.
No spoilers. I'm looking forward to like the relationships between people like Deku and Uravity.
Okay. Okay.
Even
yeah.
Sue and Mineta, if there is such a thing, because he's a little.
What Mineta wishes.
I think there's something between them, man. I mean, because
No.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. What about you, Plugged? What are you looking forward to, kind of in season 7?
So to kind of give a rundown of my understanding, I knew that like from season 1 and 2, they were kind of like trying to introduce us to the world that it was building, mainly like the main class, because it all started with the whole class and of course the main character. Season 3 and 4, they were mainly like trying to explore the world a lot more, understand the villains and what their backstories are. And then 5 and 6, they really like hit hard on like really world building of like not just the villains and the main characters, but now expanding on that universe. And I think season 7 to me is that they're not just going to be going on like the main characters anymore, but they're going to really explore further on like all the whole world around it and really like what they're truly fighting for. Because like season 5 and 6, try not to give out any spoilers, Deku's trying to learn a lot more about like the world around him himself, of like why are heroes really fighting or being heroes, and also being challenged with a lot of things at hand of like the real world, that like not everyone's really being a hero to really be a hero. They're more there just to earn money or try to get by. When like something crazy happens, then they'll just give up. And so in the next season, I'm really thinking that they're going to be really hitting hard on just like who are really truly the heroes and who are actually deep down actually the villains.
Okay, cool, man. So, as an outsider, sorry, were you gonna say something, Spark?
No, I was gonna comment on that. I mean, that's a really good overview. I mean, wow.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, hey, look, that's this is why you guys got to hit the like button and subscribe button to the Void Playground on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. Okay, so
have you seen all the movies, Plugged?
I've seen one of them. But I don't know. I don't remember which one it was called. But it seems like it was just more of like they had a huge mission and they try to complete that. I don't know much of the other movies. I really do need to check those out when I do have the chance.
The third movie, you get to see a lot of Europe. In the third one. Okay.
I'll have to check that one out.
The third one has like a little pink bird named Pino.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Does that sound familiar?
I think I do.
Okay, so maybe it's just the third one you saw?
Wait. The third movie? Yeah, most likely, probably. I think that's
it's the most recent one.
Yeah, I think let me check.
Honestly, each movie gets better and better. Like it's actually canon too. So
let me ask you this real quick, Jumpman, if I may. Yeah. So, like I said, I haven't watched the show or anything like that. Is this a villain of the week type show, or is this more of a like they have like story arcs that go across multiple episodes and seasons? Like, what kind of show is this?
Story arcs, multiple, okay. Like in like the first half of season 6, like the whole battle that takes place in one day encompasses like the first half of season 6.
Oh wow, okay. And so let me ask you another question. Who is like the target audience for this? Is this, would you say, a kid show, young adult, teens? Where would you kind of put this? Just so our viewers that don't know, like, can kind of,
I would say young adults.
Okay.
It's definitely not kids.
Okay. And then you guys, and then and correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys all watch the dubbed versions of these shows. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
definitely have watched the dub version.
Honestly, I watch both.
Okay, yeah.
'cause they both. The Japanese original puts a little bit of different twist and different flavor on things.
Yeah.
Voice actors and actresses are pretty on fire, dude.
Yeah, no, and you know, Spark, that's really good, man. That you have that passion, right? To be able to watch both of them. For me, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a dubbed guy. You know, I watch everything. I watch a lot of my anime dubbed.
yeah, me too.
And it's just for me, you know. But no, but I totally respect that. I think people, you know, if it, you know, it's you can learn things watching it in the original language, you know. So. And certain characters might be, you know, portrayed a little bit differently. So I mean, it's just that's really cool, honestly. So
Thank you.
Plug mentioned this a little bit before the podcast, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. The fan base for My Hero Academia. Plugged, what is your analysis? What is your breakdown? You mentioned it a little bit, but let's. What is your perspective on this whole thing?
I got it. Yeah.
I don't know how to exactly explain it, but it's like one of those scenarios where it's like you have a lot of anime shows that have really good fan bases, and My Hero Academia is like that one fan base that it's like you don't talk about Bruno, you don't want to talk about that fan base. That fan base is like off limits. You walk in there, you're already in the trenches.
You know, I've experienced this phenomenon. It's not just with My Hero, but there's a lot of animes that people like hold like sacred. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you don't watch the purest version of said anime, they lose it. Yeah, and or you know, or oh, what's up,
bro? I'm that way about Naruto. I'm serious.
Are you really?
Oh, then you would hate my a buddy of mine, because my buddy was like a crazy Naruto fan, and somebody like walked into the room and saw that there's Naruto characters in that. Those are great Dragon Ball Z characters, and then walked away.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Like even I wouldn't make that mistake actually, and I've seen and yeah. Anyway.
That is hilarious, but really sad at the same time. So okay, so moving forward though, I mean, Jumpman, you go to, you know, and we'll talk about SAC anime in a future episode, but you know, going to a lot of these anime conventions, and they've kind of just become, and this is just my opinion, and Jumpman, you can tell me if you disagree with this. They've kind of encompassed kind of nerd culture altogether. Would you agree with that? They're not just anime.
You're talking about the ones that I go to, just
in general, your experience.
Well, most of my conventions I've gone to are SAC anime, so
yes, and like for me, like I'm not like a super duper hardcore anime fan, and like I go to these things and like I see people dressed up as like American like characters. I see people dressed up as video game characters. I see people dressed up as like, you know, in the cosplays, and then also you get American voice actors too. You get the Japanese voice actors. You get gaming people. So like, there's a lot of variety now in the anime space. It's no longer like this closed off thing. And so like, you know, hopefully, you know, my hope is that like when people do get into these animes and things like that, that the fandom and the fan bases are welcoming to new people, you know, and because it's hard, you know, like some of these animes, 800 episodes or whatever, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many episodes.
Like Case Closed or whatever. I know it's like 800 episodes or whatever.
May as well just watch The Simpsons at that point.
You might as well just watch The Simpsons at that point.
Well, the Simpsons is right now at like 800 episodes, or
is it really?
We're almost there.
Oh yeah,
we're at least at 750.
Case Closed on One Piece over 1,000, easy.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, One Piece is over 1,000. I remember reading about that.
That's
to
me.
One
and this
Piece is like 1,065 or something like that. It's crazy.
This is just
and they're not
me.
stopping.
This is just me. I don't know if I can get into it. Like I don't know if I could like you know what I mean,
bro. It's so good.
I will say that the one big reason on why I choose like My Hero, like I actually personally enjoy My Hero Academia more than like a lot of shows in the anime genre, mainly because there's a lot of shows that's been running for like a very long time, and they're like all set in their different category because they go span across like over 300 plus episodes or further than that. And My Hero Academia, I was able to catch on to it when like I think only season 4 released, and it's a very easy show to get used to and understand the world around it because they try to explain it by how the characters are interacting with each other. They'll make quick nods to a character that may appear later on in the show that you just like saw for a moment, but they like go back to that character at a later date. And I think that like that kind of world building and making it very understandable to a person who's like, I don't really want to watch 300 plus episodes over a show that's been going on for so long. This is a really good show to get started, especially for a show to start with an anime in general. It's a really good show I would recommend to like a lot of people.
I may have to check it out. I'll watch 300 plus episodes. Like, obviously, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. But, like, once we start getting into, like, the 1200s and the
1200s, the 12,000s or something.
Like, Case Closed is still going. Like, that is crazy. It's been going on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's insane. Oh, my goodness. It's been going on since 1996.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
That is insane. But anyways,
5 years old.
Oh wow. So I mean, look, guys. So closing thoughts though, Spark on My Hero Academia.
It's a good show. There's comedy, there's drama, there's even a little bit of connections between people who you don't suspect there to be connections. And I think it's a good starter show, like Plug said. It's a good show, man. Give it a shot.
Absolutely. Jumpman, what about you? Closing thoughts on My Hero Academia?
Some of the character arcs, story arcs of some of the students that attend UA and My Hero Academia, they are very interesting. Not just the main character, like some of the other classmates too have a really interesting arc. And it's a funny show. It's a good time, and the action's great, the animation's great.
Plugged closing thoughts.
If you're a person who likes shows that have a lot of world building, and you want to start a show that is still in its like world building phase, hasn't like fully made its like full to finish the world that it already is practically made, then this would probably be a really good show to start with, especially when there is still a lot of characters that, you know, a lot of people can connect with just due to the huge cast of characters that they already have listed so far.
Awesome. So look, guys, there you have it. This is the Void Playground. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on obviously Apple Podcast and Spotify, as well as Google Podcasts. Do not forget to go to thevoid.gg and join our Discord. You guys can hit us all up there. So look, guys, it's been amazing. May the 4th be with you. Academia, My Hero Academia, season 7 comes out on May 4th. So I mean, obviously Jumpman's not getting the joke. But anyways, we will see you guys in the next episode.
I get the joke. I'm just like